Your Jeep Wrangler came from the factory with settings that can kill your battery early, drive you insane, and even share more about you than you realize. And most new owners never touch them because Jeep buries them deep inside Uconnect. Some take less than 10 seconds to fix. Others could save you hundreds. Here are 12 settings you should change immediately. Number 12 is sound horn on lock. Every time you press the lock button on your key fob, that Jeep chirps like it's trying to wake the whole block. Fine at noon in a busy lot. Terrible at 5 in the morning when your spouse and kids are asleep and you're heading out for work. But the fix takes about 10 seconds, and Jeep buried the switch in a menu most new owners never open. Head into your Uconnect screen. Tap the icon shaped like a car, then open Doors and Locks. Uncheck the box for sound horn with lock. Your doors still lock every time you walk away. You still see a quick flash of the parking lamps for confirmation. The chirp everyone nearby can hear finally goes quiet. Most new drivers think that chirp is a security feature. That guess is dead wrong. It's just a convenience alert. Jeep ships it on because they figure everyone wants it. Turn it off tonight, and your neighbors will thank you the next time you head out early for the trail. Number 11 is headlamp off delay. Auto headlamps are handy. They come on when it gets dark, and they shut off when you leave. But by default, the JL Wrangler leaves those headlights burning for up to 90 seconds after you walk away from the vehicle. That's 90 seconds of steady draw on a battery that already powers the stop-start system, dash cams, and a Uconnect radio that never truly sleeps. Fix this inside the Personal Settings menu on your instrument cluster. Scroll to Headlamp Off Delay and drop it from 90 seconds down to 0, or 30 if you want a little walkway light. Most new owners park in garages and never notice this. But if you're on a trail run or camped in the woods and pop the Jeep open at midnight, those lights just lit up your whole campsite. The other reason to change this comes down to battery longevity. JL owners have flooded forums with dead battery reports, and every extra drain on a stop-start battery shortens the life of a part that costs $900 to replace at the dealer. Kill the delay, save the battery, and stop lighting up the lot every night. Number 10 is Illuminated Approach. This setting lives near the last one, but it does a completely different job most new owners miss. Press unlock on the key fob, and your Wrangler doesn't just release the doors. It fires up the headlights, fog lights, and mirror lamps, and it holds that light show for up to 30 seconds. Fine at home in your driveway, terrible at a dark campground or a crowded lot where you just wanted to grab your jacket. Head to your Personal Settings menu, find Illuminated Approach, and switch it from 30 seconds to 0. The change takes about 5 seconds. Your Wrangler still opens. The dome light still comes on when the door swings. You just stop blasting a spotlight in every direction every time you tap the fob. This one matters for personal privacy more than anything else. If you park at a hotel and grab your bag from the back at night, that light show tells everyone within 100 yards where your vehicle is and that you're standing right next to it. New owners never think about it. Trail veterans shut it off day one. Number 9 is auto door lock at 15 miles per hour. Most new Wrangler owners never realize this feature ships switched off. Their doors don't lock automatically when they start driving. So they roll through a bad neighborhood or pull up to a red light in traffic, and every door on that Jeep sits completely unlocked. A quick pull of a handle from outside, and someone is inside the cabin before the light even turns green. You should fix this today. In your Uconnect settings, tap Doors and Locks, then check the box for auto door locks. Every door locks the second you cross 15 miles an hour. You never think about it again, and you close a safety gap most owners don't even know exists. But the part nobody tells new owners hides right below it. On the JL, auto unlock is also switched on by default, which means the second you shift into park and open your door, every door releases at once. Uncheck auto unlock on exit. Now your Jeep locks itself when you drive off, and stays locked when you stop for gas. Quick break. If you want your Wrangler to last as long as possible, I put together a complete maintenance and longevity blueprint that shows you exactly what to service, when to do it, and which expensive mistakes to avoid. The link to my Jeep ebook is in the description below. Number 8 is Uconnect Beep Volume. Every button press, every warning, every notification on your Uconnect screen ships at a volume that will drive you insane inside a week. New owners assume that's how it has to be. That assumption is dead wrong. A hidden slider most drivers never find controls the whole thing. Head into Uconnect, tap the gear icon in the top corner, and scroll to Audio. Find beep volume and drag it down to whatever level you can live with. Some owners kill it completely. Others drop it to 1 or 2 out of 10. You're driving the Wrangler every day, so you get to decide. This setting connects to a bigger longevity issue you didn't think about. Driver stress is real, and it stacks up fast. Every unnecessary chime, every warning tone for a door that's slightly ajar, every ding when you swap drive modes wears on you across a long commute. Kill the noise, and the commute gets calmer. Your family stops complaining. You actually hear the real warnings when they matter, like a coolant temperature alert on a hot afternoon in stop-and-go traffic. Number 7 is tire pressure threshold. Every Wrangler leaves the factory with a TPMS warning set to trigger around 30 psi, depending on your model. Fine for daily driving, a nightmare the moment you head off pavement. Jeep itself recommends airing down between 15 and 20 psi for rocks, sand, or mud, because a softer tire wraps around obstacles and gives you real traction. The second you drop that low, your dash lights up like a Christmas tree. You have 2 options. First, ignore the light every time you go off-road, which most new owners do until they get sick of a permanent yellow warning on the cluster. Second, use a cheap OBD2 tool like a Taser JL Mini or a JSCAN cable, and drop your threshold to 22 psi or lower. Now the light only fires when you actually have a problem. The piece nobody at the dealer will admit is this. Stellantis won't let dealers reprogram this threshold on newer Wranglers because they fear the lawsuit exposure from a driver riding on a genuinely flat tire. So you have to do it yourself, or the light stays on every trail run for the rest of the Jeep's life. Number 6 is key off power delay. Turn your Wrangler off and the radio dies the second you pull the key. You're halfway through a song, you pull into your driveway, and the audio just cuts to silence. But your Jeep hides a setting that gives you up to 10 minutes of accessories after key off, and almost no new owner knows it exists. Head to personal settings on your instrument cluster and find key off power delay. You pick 0, 45 seconds, 5 minutes, or the full 10. Choose the one that fits how you use the vehicle. When you shut it down next time, the radio, power windows, and interior lights all stay live until you open the door. Comfort is the real reason to change this. Nothing kills a drive faster than a hard cutoff mid-chorus when you're pulling in after a long day. It also saves you on a camping trip miles from anywhere when you want the radio playing while you unload gear. 0 to 10 minutes, 1 menu, 30 seconds of your time. Number 5 is auto headlights with wipers. Auto headlights work off a sensor near the top of your windshield. They come on when it gets dark, but by default, the JL only reads light levels, not weather. Rain hits hard, your visibility drops, you flick on the wipers, and your headlights stay off because it's technically still daytime. Every other car on the road sees a gray Wrangler in gray rain with no lights on. Fix this in personal settings. Turn on headlamps with wipers. The second you activate your wipers, your headlights come on about 10 seconds later. That 5-second setting change can save your life on a highway merge in a summer downpour. The extra kicker most owners miss? Illinois, Ohio, Massachusetts, and about a dozen more states have wipers on, lights on laws on the books. Get pulled over in rain without your headlights on, and that's a real ticket. Turn on headlamps with wipers, and your Jeep handles the law for you automatically. 10 seconds, 1 menu, a real safety upgrade you can make right now. Number 4 is connected services data sharing. This is where it gets ugly. Every 2018 and newer Jeep Wrangler ships with a cellular modem built into the Uconnect radio, and that modem talks to Stellantis constantly. It reports your location and your speed to Stellantis non-stop. The same modem logs how hard you brake, how fast you accelerate, and when and where you drive. And Stellantis, in their own privacy policy, admits they can share that data with third parties, which can include your insurance company. This is not a theory. In 2024, a Seattle driver named Ken Dahl found his premium jumped 21% after his data got sold. He pulled his LexisNexis file. 258 of his trips were logged. And in June 2024, the Texas Attorney General opened an investigation into Stellantis for the exact same practice. You cannot toggle this off from a menu. New owners have no clue it's even running. The only official path is to call Stellantis customer care at 800-7777-3600 and cancel your connected services for privacy reasons. Once you do that, your remote start app stops working and your Wrangler stops uploading data to the mothership. Some owners report the internal modem keeps transmitting until they physically remove the antenna, but at minimum, make the phone call. Otherwise, every mile you drive is being sold to someone who wants an excuse to raise your rates. Number 3 is Hill Start Assist sensitivity. Hill Start Assist holds the brakes for you when you're stopped on a slope, so you don't roll backward when you move from the brake to the gas. Good feature to have. Ships turned on from the factory. But every new Wrangler owner runs into the same problem the first time they park on a steep driveway or a boat ramp. The system either grabs too aggressively or lets go too early, and you feel a half-second lurch either way. Head to Personal Settings and confirm Hill Start Assist is enabled. Then get to know how it feels before your first real off-road day. On a controlled slope, practice how long it holds and how fast it releases. On a real boat ramp with a 5,000-pound trailer behind you, that is not the moment you want to learn the system for the first time. For daily driving, the factory setting is fine once you know how it feels. But if you tow, if you off-road, or if you live somewhere with serious hills, take 15 minutes to test it in an empty lot before it matters. Those 15 minutes have saved more paint jobs and bumpers than any other tip on this whole list. Number 2 is driver assist warning levels. Most new owners set auto lock on their doors and think they're done. But a second menu buried deep in Uconnect controls how loudly your Wrangler chirps every time it senses a problem in traffic. Blind spot beeps, cross-path chimes, forward collision warnings, and lane departure alerts all ship at maximum aggression from the factory. Head to your Safety and Driving Assistance menu inside Uconnect. Every one of these features has a 3-level toggle, running from off to warning only to warning plus intervention. New owners leave everything at maximum, and their commute becomes constant beeping. Set the ones that matter to you at warning only, and switch off the ones that don't fit the way you actually drive. Blind spot alerts pay off in city traffic every day. Constant lane departure chimes on a 2-lane country road do not. 10 minutes in this menu will make your Wrangler feel like a completely different vehicle. It kills the beeping fatigue that makes you miss real warnings. Number 1 is Auto Stop Start. The setting at the top of this list is the one Stellantis fought hardest to keep switched on. Every JL Wrangler ships with Auto Stop Start, which Jeep calls ESS. You come to a red light, and the engine cuts off. Lift your foot, and the engine restarts. Jeep advertises it as a fuel-saving feature. Real-world testing from owners and independent shops shows the savings run at 1 to 2 miles per gallon, and only in stop-and-go city driving. On the highway, ESS does nothing for you. There is an ESS off button on your center console with a letter A and a circular arrow around it. Press it every single time you start the Wrangler. New owners don't, and that is where the real damage happens. Every restart cycles a reinforced starter and drains your AGM main battery, plus a small aux battery hidden behind the fender. When those batteries die, and they always die early on ESS heavy driving, the dealer quote is $800 to $900 for the pair. Do it yourself for around $350. Either way, it stings. But the truly ugly part is what Stellantis won't tell you. No permanent off switch exists from the factory. You have to press that button every single trip, or install an aftermarket ESS eliminator plug that costs about $50 shipped. That plug saves your starter and protects your battery, and it finally delivers the fuel economy Jeep sold you in the brochure. Which of these settings are you changing first? Drop it in the comments below, and if you want more Wrangler tips that can save you money and keep your Jeep running longer, hit subscribe. Then click the video on your screen for more Jeep mistakes every owner should avoid. I'll see you in the next one.